We have a first alert for you now at 10 o'clock. We're learning more about a pregnant mother who was killed in a car crash this week.
A truly heartbreaking story, but Marie Jabby and her unborn child were killed while driving on 385 after she went off the road. And tonight, her friend is sharing these pictures of Marie with us.
Why does a young mother, full of life and preparing to welcome her third child, veer off a quiet highway in the early hours of the morning? What caused the tragedy that ended 2 lives before the sun even rose over Greenville County, South Carolina? Today, we have an incredibly heartbreaking story of a popular social media influencer who tragically lost her life while on her way to bring a new life into this world. In the process of losing her own life, she also lost her unborn child. This tragedy has stunned many, especially since, at the time, people were celebrating her pregnancy, cheering her on as she prepared to become a mother for the 3rd time. The news came on January 6, 2025, when what was supposed to be a moment of joy quickly turned into sorrow. The same smiles that filled her social media accounts soon turned into frowns as her followers learned of the devastating incident. What made this even more eerie was her last post on Facebook. She had shared a picture, unknowingly marking her final moments. For many, the realization that she had taken that photo for the last time hit them hard, leaving an unsettling feeling that her words had foreshadowed the tragic end. In this video, we're uncovering the details of Marie Jabby's final moments, the events leading to the crash, and the questions that remain unanswered. Who was Marie Jabby? What might have caused her to lose control of the vehicle? And why does this case feel so unsettling? Prepare to be perplexed, prepare to be moved, and most importantly, prepare to question everything you think you know about the dangers that lurk just beyond the glow of your headlights. Before we continue, our heartfelt thoughts and prayers go out to her family and friends during this incredibly difficult time of loss. We pray for strength and comfort, and may her memories be a lasting blessing to all who knew and loved her. Welcome to Mind Twist True Crime Stories, where all our stories are based on true crimes. Kindly support us by subscribing to this channel, hit the notification bell icon so you won't miss any of our latest stories. This story will be taking us to Greenville, South Carolina, which boasts the largest road network in the state, with a significant portion of its infrastructure requiring attention. Approximately 60% of the pavement in Greenville County is rated in fair or poor condition, highlighting the need for maintenance and upgrades. During winter, Greenville typically experiences mild conditions with infrequent snowfall and occasional ice. However, when winter weather does occur, it can lead to hazardous driving situations due to the region's limited resources for snow and ice removal. Drivers may encounter slick roads and reduced visibility, increasing the risk of accidents. Marie Jabby, a mother of 2 beautiful children already, also known as Netto Marie or Netto Raw on her socials, is a 24-year-old woman with dreams, responsibilities, and a life that was tragically cut short. Born on Christmas Day in Greenville Court, South Carolina, Netto built a strong following with her humorous videos across social media platforms. She wasn't just known for her sense of humor. She also captivated her audience with her cooking skills, often sharing her culinary creations on TikTok. But Netto wasn't just an influencer. She was almost becoming a jack of all trades. Alongside her online presence, she designed and sold her own clothing line. Her Instagram read that she was into lifestyle, cooking, and beauty. Yet, nothing brought her more joy than being a mother. Netto had 2 children, a boy and a girl, and her 3rd child, a daughter, was eagerly anticipated as another cherished addition to the family. She treated this pregnancy with the same excitement and love as her first. Her Facebook was full of moments celebrating her growing family, including a baby shower she held with the father of her child. The event was beautifully decorated to honor their soon-to-arrive daughter, and the couple expressed gratitude to everyone who attended. On December 30th, 2024, Netto shared a post on Facebook, telling her friends and family the baby was almost here. She wrote, "Make some noise, y'all, my baby on the way." It was a time of joy and anticipation. Friends and family flooded the comments with congratulations and well wishes for a safe delivery. Tragically, just a week later, those same people would be hit with heartbreaking news. On January 6, 2025, Neto posted a picture of her baby bump, seemingly celebrating the final stretch of her pregnancy. The caption read, "My last bump pic." Those words would haunt her family and friends, as it turned out to be the last picture of Neto they would ever see. Hours after sharing that post, Neto was involved in a devastating car accident that claimed her life. I want to take a moment to emphasize the power of your words and the need to stay positive at all times. Whether you realize it or not, what you say can have a profound impact. Sometimes we speak negatively or put ourselves down without recognizing the energy we're sending out into the world. That's why it's important to speak positively, not only about others, but also about yourself. I've always believed that we shape our reality through the energy we put out, which ultimately determines what we attract. If you focus on negativity, that's what you'll pull into your life, whether consciously or subconsciously. But when you embrace positivity, that's what you'll invite in. In this case, Neto didn't intend for her last post to be a final goodbye. She simply meant it would be the last time she shared a picture of her baby bump as she was getting ready to give birth. Sadly, that post turned out to be the last picture we would ever see of her. Marie had plans for her future, plans that revolved around welcoming her baby into the world. But those plans came to an abrupt end in the early hours of January 9th. Just imagine, the nursery she likely spent time preparing, the baby clothes that would never be worn, the dreams of holding her child in her arms, cruelly replaced by the devastating reality of loss. Marie's family is left with memories and unanswered questions. They remember her laughter, her kindness, and the way she lit up when talking about becoming a mom. The void she left behind isn't just a loss for her family. It's a loss that resonates far beyond. People who knew Marie have been left stunned. Her friends spoke about her joy, her determination, and how much she cared about the people around her. One person described her as someone who always looked out for others, even when she was dealing with her own struggles. Those words now serve as a heartbreaking reminder of the person she was. It was just another quiet stretch of highway, the kind many of us drive every day. But on the morning of January 9th, 2024, at precisely 4:52 a.m., something went terribly wrong on I-385 near mile marker 33. Marie Jabby, 24 years old, and who was about to welcome her third child, was driving herself northbound heading to the hospital to have her baby. The roads were dark, the air cold, and traffic was sparse. For reasons that remain unknown, her car suddenly left the roadway around 4:52 a.m. Did she lose control? Was she having contractions? Did something on the road catch her off guard? No one knows yet, but in that instant, her life changed forever. The crash was severe. Emergency services were dispatched immediately after the accident was reported. By the time EMS arrived, it was clear that every second counted. Marie was unresponsive, and the severity of her injuries made it obvious this was a fight for survival. Paramedics worked quickly, transporting Marie to Prisma Health Greenville, a level 1 trauma center equipped to handle the most critical cases. But the situation was far more complex than they'd hoped. Marie wasn't just a patient, she was a mother-to-be, and her unborn child was in grave danger. Doctors performed an emergency cesarean section in a desperate attempt to save her baby. Despite their efforts, the outcome was devastating. Both Marie and her unborn child were pronounced dead just over an hour later, at 6:20 a.m. As of now, authorities are investigating the incident, but the cause of the crash remains unknown.
Pregnant woman and her baby have died after a crash. Officials say that crash happened just before 5 a.m. Tuesday on I-385 northbound near mile marker 33. The coroner says 24-year-old Marie Jabby's vehicle ran off the roadway, and we're told Jabby was taken to the hospital where an emergency C-section was performed, but Jabby and her baby died. Troopers haven't released any details on what led up to that crash either.
The Greenville County Coroner's Office and Malden Police are working to piece together what led to this tragic loss. A close friend of Neto took to her Instagram to share the heartbreaking news, saying, "Please, just send up prayers for Neto Marie's family. Sadly, both she and the baby didn't make it. Out of respect for the family, just keep them in your thoughts right now. My mother is with them right now, and it's incredibly heavy. Pray, pray, pray. The circumstances surrounding the accident remain unclear, leaving many to speculate on what might have happened. While no one knows for sure, one possible theory is that Neto could have been experiencing intense contractions or went into early labor, which overwhelmed her while she was driving. With her in severe pain and potentially unable to handle it, she may have lost control of the vehicle, causing it to veer off the road. There's no mention of another car being involved, which supports this theory. It's also possible that the pain from the contractions could have caused her to lose consciousness. Another explanation to consider. The truth is, at this moment, no one knows exactly what occurred. However, as the Greenville police continue their investigation, we may soon learn more about the cause of the crash. Another question on many people's minds is why Neto was driving herself to the hospital in the first place. Given the risk of something going wrong, especially with the possibility of losing control during labor, it seems like a dangerous decision. Where was the father of the child? He should have understood that she was almost due and paid more attention to her. Even if you are indisposed, why not put someone in charge to look after her? If someone had driven her to the hospital, this wouldn't have happened to her. These stories are very sad and heartbreaking. However, as more information comes to light, we'll stay updated and let you know. Marie Jabby's tragedy is more than a personal loss. It's part of a much larger issue. How safe are our roads, especially for vulnerable drivers like pregnant women? And what risks lurk in the early hours of the morning when the world is still asleep? According to national statistics, pregnant women involved in car crashes face significantly higher risks, not just for themselves, but for their unborn children. Even minor accidents can lead to devastating complications. Tragically, cases like Marie's are not as uncommon as we'd like to believe. The time of day adds another layer to this story. Early morning hours, like the time Marie was driving, are some of the most dangerous. Drivers often battle fatigue, reduced visibility, and icy patches on roads like I-385 during the winter months. Combine that with high speeds on highways, and the risks multiply. But what about the road itself? I-385 has seen its share of accidents, some fatal. Could the condition of the road have played a role? Or were other factors at work? These are the kinds of questions being asked by those left grappling with the loss of Marie and her child. The loss of Marie Jabby and her unborn child is a wound that cuts deeply into the hearts of her family. For them, this isn't just a headline or a statistic. It's a life-altering tragedy. A daughter, a sister, a pregnant mother, gone in an instant. Her family's grief is unimaginable. Marie's loved ones are left grappling with the emptiness her absence has created. The nursery she was preparing, the baby clothes she had picked out, they're now painful reminders of what could have been. For them, every memory is bittersweet. Every moment a reminder of the future that was stolen. Publicly, the family has expressed their devastation, but they've also remained private about their personal coping mechanisms. Friends close to the family have shared that the outpouring of support from the community has been both overwhelming and comforting. Yet no amount of condolences can fill the void. Another close friend, who had been eagerly waiting at the hospital for Neto's arrival, shared her heartbreak on Facebook. She wrote, "I came down yesterday, got settled in. We talked about your favorite snacks, and I was planning to grab some for you before they started the induction. I got to the hospital early, hoping to surprise you and help with your content. I kept asking for you, but we couldn't find you. We waited, but you never came through that door. I never imagined I'd grow to love your spunk and your unwavering determination to be the best mother. You truly won my heart. I had a playlist ready for you and the most beautiful outfit for baby S. The nurses told us we had to be on time, as there were more births than anticipated. We were all so excited. You were ready. I was ready. I'm so grateful that you chose me as your doula and life coach. I'm so honored that you trusted me with your truths. I'm so incredibly proud of you. Sitting there with your family showed me how strong they are, and they're certainly taking care of your two babies. My sweet, sassy, and tenacious lady. Sleep well, love tight." Avery, I'm here now. And as the family mourns, the search for answers continues. As at the time of this video, the investigators have yet to release the full details of their findings, but several key pieces are being examined. The autopsy results, expected to shed light on Marie's condition before the crash, are critical. Authorities are also reviewing possible contributing factors, road conditions, vehicle mechanics, and even external distractions. Each detail could hold the key to understanding what led to that devastating moment on I-385. The loss of Marie and her unborn child is more than a personal tragedy. It's a reminder of how fragile life can be, how quickly the ordinary can become extraordinary in the worst possible way. For her family, friends, and those who knew her, the pain is immeasurable. For the rest of us, it's a moment to pause, reflect, and remember. As we close, let's take a moment to honor Marie and her child, a young mother whose story touched the hearts of so many. Though their time was brief, their memory will live on, a beacon of love and loss that should not be forgotten. Now this tragedy leaves us with an opportunity, a call to action, to be more mindful, more cautious, and more compassionate, especially on our roads. The choices we make every day can save lives, including our own. Let's honor Marie's legacy by committing to safer practices and looking out for one another. Share your thoughts or condolences in the comments below. Let's create a space to remember, reflect, and grow. And if you found this story impactful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that shine a light on the lives behind the headlines. Together, we can make a difference, one story at a time. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay safe.